G'day, welcome back to another episode of TOGL. Well, as you can see on the hill behind me there, the grass is getting really long, and on that side there's a few thistles, but on this side right up the back there's a lot of thistles. Up around the bend there's even more. It's the one section where the thistles are really getting out of control, and I've got to get on top of them, and I've got to do it now. Just the last few weeks it's been competing priorities and weather and a whole range of different reasons has meant that I haven't been able to get up here and get this last section of thistles sorted out. So today I'm going to use the brush cutter and I'm just going to be cutting the whole lot down. They are starting to flower, but it hasn't gone to seed yet, thankfully, so it hasn't spread its seed. What I'll need to do is hack them all down with the brush cutter, gather them all up and then burn them, make sure, because right the way they are at the moment, if I just simply cut them down, they will get enough nutrients out of the stalk. They'll suck enough nutrient up and make that flower bud burst and still spread all the seeds. So that's what I need to do. Anyway, I've got to get the brush cutter started, and then I'm going to start heading up there and we're just going to cut it all down. Well, Kay and I have just popped up here to the block this morning and I thought I'd give you a quick run through the veggie patch. The weather's not that great today. There's some scattered showers around and it's a bit cool. Don't get me wrong, we need that rain, but I'm just hoping it holds off and doesn't come until later on this afternoon once we've done what we want to do. But yeah, let's have a quick look around. We've got the dogs up here today as well, so they're all having fun. But these are our two pine trees that we got. Now these are the pine nuts that you buy in the shop to eat, so yeah, we want to grow some of them. They'll grow huge. We'll transplant them out into somewhere on the block later on. Kay's apple tree's going well. Over here the passion fruit vines, some of them aren't doing much like that, but then others are coming along really well. There goes Thor. The grapes are coming along, so that's our red table grape over there, and this one over here not doing as well, but it's still growing, so that's fine. That's the green table grape. So they're our eating grapes as opposed to the ones we've got up in the vineyard. Now we've since planted other trees around through here, through the middle now. Got a fig tree right there. The feijoa tree is still growing. We've got a few different apple trees in here as well now, so that'll make a nice little orchard. So this is our Jerusalem artichokes. My mate Neil gave me some to plant. They're doing really well. And that noise you can hear in the background, that's the bull calling to the girls up on the next door's dairy. Now this here, we're going to come back to this in a minute. This is all the carrot going to seed. We need to get some stockings on them to try and catch that seed. That was the plan of leaving them to go. Over here, the raspberry bushes, we're still getting a few raspberries. There's a couple hiding just in there. We'll have them later. Beans are taken off. They are going great. We've got zucchini just over the back there as well. I chucked a couple of extra tomato plants in there, the ones that we brought up from the hothouse. I mentioned them in last week's episode. Peas now starting to come along. We've got lots of little peas coming on there. These are just dwarf peas. Capsicums, chilies, all going well. These tomatoes, again, these are more of those blueberry, they're called blueberry tomatoes. Rhubarb, we've already taken a few harvests of rhubarb. That's been really nice. Cabbages and Brussels sprouts. The cabbages are getting attacked by the grubs, but there's quite a nice head on there, so we will get some out of that. Kay's cucumbers are finally coming up, which is good. And these plants just through here, they're our Brussels sprouts. The leaves are getting eaten, but there are starting to be some little Brussels sprouts coming out. They come out at the base of the leaf. And some more cabbages down here, and lots of onions all coming up now, which is really good. Now the corn, look at this.
We're getting flowers on here.
Flowers on the pumpkin?
On the pea plants.
Oh, the beans?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the beans are going really well.
You see the pumpkin plants sure.
I was a bit worried that the beans were going to overtake the corn, but the corn's really taken off lately. So everything's working well together. This Three Sisters idea is working well. So I'm very happy with that. Carrots here, we'll be harvesting carrots soon. They're looking pretty good. And these are the last few radishes. So they end up forming this like a pod, and that's what we'll pull to get the seeds out, and then we'll have seeds ready for next year to plant. And the beetroot's very slow taking off. I think it's more of a winter crop, but these are our beetroots up through there, so hopefully they'll get a bit of a move along. And then over the back we've just got our strawberries. I can see a nice ripe strawberry over there as well, which is good. A bit of silver beet starting to grow. Potatoes never did that well. I spoke to one of the local farmers. Well, I think we need more fertilizer in that soil there, so we'll have to get some fertilizer onto that. However, sweet potatoes are growing in there, asparagus growing in there. So all in all, everything's coming along quite well. We're just going to get a little bit of work done up here. I need to get a bit of mowing done, and I want to check the beehives if the weather holds. So we'll see how we go. Okay, so this is what we've got to do. Now this flower, you can see is still nice and white, so it is still being pollinated. There's little bugs and whatnot in there, so we don't want to cover that up yet. But when they go like this, and you can start to see the little brown seeds coming out on it, that's what we want to cover up. And the way that we do that is we just get a pair of stockings. Now, all I've got to do is just cut this off.
Where's your other knife?
Oh, I don't know where my other knife went. I've got to find it. And then we just put the stocking over like that, and then with a bit of twine.
Can't you just tie it into the stocking, sweetheart?
I'll just wrap that around and tie that off. Now obviously there's only two that I can do like that, which is both of the toes, but that doesn't matter, because for the others I can just cut a piece and I'll just be tying it top and bottom. I'll actually just tie a knot in the top like that, and then cut the next piece, and then we can cover up the next one. So there's another nice big one that's just going to seed now. And this one might be too big for that, too small for that one.
What about the one on your stomach there?
This one here, yep, that's a good size one. Just cover that over, and then I'll tie that off. Now once this is totally died off and the plant's dead, then we can just take these and shake the seeds out of them. Right, so we're obviously not going to be doing them all, but we will do a few of these larger ones. Well, it's a very windy day today, so apologies for all of that wind noise that you're going to hear across this. I had a good night last night up here at the block. Today, what we want to do is get a little bit of road repair done. So Steve's operating the tractor at the moment, and we're just digging out some gravel. Flick you around to that. So that bank over there is actually quite a good gravel bank. So we thought, well, I want to get a larger flat area here anyway, because this is right near the mill. We want all that area out there all cleared out nice and flat, so we might as well take that gravel and we'll use it on the road. So we've done a little bit of patch up near the bridge, and we're just loading up the trailer so that we can take some of this gravel further up the hill and do some repair up there. As you can see in there's a lot of gravelly rock, and it's all fairly well rounded as well. So eons ago it must have been an old water course through here, because all this looks like river gravel really. We're a long way from the river, but it actually breaks up fairly easy, and it's yeah, going to be really good for giving us traction on the steeper parts of the road. just behind me there you can see how much slashing I got done the other day, and that was the area where the thistles were. The rest of it's just long grass, which I will get to. And over the other side there you can see right up all over that area, got all that slashed back, got all those thistles down, which is really good. Makes it look a bit neater too. Well, time for a quick break and have some brunch. When I got up here yesterday, I found that Steve and Anita had made me a nice little outdoor table set or a little bench, which is really cool, just like theirs. So yeah, that's very handy. So I'm using that today and just cooking up a bit of bacon. Gonna have bacon, cheese and tomato sangers on the new table. Pepperberry trees are ripening up really nicely. Look at that big bunch of pepperberries, and the tree, this one and others, are just loaded with them. So very soon I'll be able to start picking some more of those pepperberries. Might even have to do that as a giveaway. I'll send some pepperberries to someone. I might do that on the next video or so, but keep an eye out for that. it'll be a case of leaving a comment on the video, and then I'll use a random picker to pick someone. But like I said, I won't do that this video. It'll probably happen in the next one or two once I get some picked, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, it's good to see a really good crop coming up at the moment. Well, the blackberries are now fruiting. They're ripened up beautifully. So for the next probably 2 weeks, we should be able to get a lot of really nice blackberries. Check out some of these. And I do love my blackberries too. Nice and tangy, just how you want them. So I'm going to have a few more of these, and probably not enough here to take home yet, but I'll have a little feed here, go and get cleaned up a bit, and then I'll be heading home. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed this one. Wasn't anything too dramatically exciting, and apologies for missing last week's one. I have had a lot on the last few weeks, a lot going on, so a lot on my mind as well, and I just sort of haven't done that much filming. But there's a lot coming up this year. Lots of things are starting, plans are starting to come together, and things are starting to happen, so I think it's going to be a very interesting year. But anyway, until next week, you take care and stay safe. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, do that and share it around to some other people. We'll really appreciate that. But till then, yeah, take care. I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.